Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Crickets to Cha-Ching's podcast. I'm Julie Berninger, and I am here with Sasha Hutchinson, who is our right-hand woman leading one of our more newer and more important programs in the Gold City Ventures community beyond. So welcome, Sasha.
Hi, how are you today?
Good. And I forgot to mention you have over 20,000 sales on Etsy and years of experience coaching Etsy sellers. And we appreciate everything that you do for our community. So thank you.
You're welcome, of course.
Okay, so this episode is going to be more tactically minded at the beginning. We're going to talk about how to prepare your Etsy shop for Black Friday, which is a huge opportunity for all of us Etsy sellers to capitalize on the extra traffic and eyes that are going to be on Etsy. We know Etsy is probably going to be spending a lot of money buying ads on Google and the like, really pushing that gift mode. So we'll talk about how to take advantage of those various things. And then at the end, we're going to have a little fun. We're going to talk about just the holidays on Etsy in general, maybe some things that we've bought on Etsy and keep it a little light spirits. So Sasha, let's kick it off. I know you came with a little list for us today. What's the first tip that people can do to prepare for Black Friday on Etsy?
Okay, so I prepared this list and dropped it into the Beyond community for the sellers and beyond. They sell the sellers and beyond sell digital products and physical products. And so these tips apply for all those kinds of sellers. And I did a live event a couple months back about becoming an affiliate for Etsy. You can become an affiliate for Etsy either through the program they have on AWIN, which is an affiliate management company, or through Etsy itself through like their creator program. I joined both. For the creator program, you can only join if you have a social media following of some kind, because they want to know that you have a presence online and that you will promote and stuff like that. So I told everyone and coached everyone to create a gift guide of products that would speak to your audience. So for example, my Etsy shop audience are people who are budget shoppers. And so I would, make a list of the best Etsy gifts to buy for people on a budget, or best gifts under $25 or something like that. Then you can share that with your audience on social media or through your email list. In that way, you can get an affiliate commission on the products that they buy from Etsy. And that's how you can add more income streams to your own sources of revenue for your business. And Etsy likes when the people who sell on Etsy promote other Etsy shops. They will actually, I've seen people do videos on YouTube talking about products they really like on Etsy. And then Etsy itself will actually comment like, thanks for the great list of gift ideas. And so they're looking for that content. They will promote it and they will encourage it. And then that will help you get more affiliate sales of your own. But you can also take that same idea and create a gift guide of your own products. And so there's a lot of things that, digital product sellers, if we're not doing personalized or customizable kind of like, pet portraits or, customizable products where it's like a sign or something with someone's name and like an anniversary gift with pictures and stuff like that, you can think of products that you have that can become products for a gifting event. So you could, if you have past the present games in your Etsy shop, you could create a gift guide of products that people can use at these gift giving events. If you have gift tags that you sell, and you can put those in your gift guide that people can print out and attach to gifts, all those kinds of things. So you can create a gift guide for your products on Etsy and give those to your audience via social media or through your email list. And then you can also create a curated list of gifts for other people, or for people to buy and give to their family and friends or whoever. And it's a great way to, you could even create it as a freebie opt-in that people can opt into your email list to get, like, oh, I want that gift guide. That sounds like a great idea. So it's a lot of ways that you can use the gift guide idea for your business to grow your own email list, to earn commission off the products that you promote, and then also to promote your own products in a curated way that makes people buy them a whole bunch at a time. So that's my first tip.
Oh my goodness, gift guides. I'm so glad you kicked off with this, because I've used it and it works. It truly works. So in another life, I had a student loan payoff blog, and I would create gift guides for purely traffic purposes because I got paid based on the ad eyeballs when people visited my site. And every December, the gift guides would just take off. And I had one, I think it was like mother-in-law gifts. I tried to
Mhm.
niche them down, and I would do like a blog post with 10 or 15 gift ideas. And then I'd make a Pinterest pin showing the gift ideas. Now, what someone could do is put their own product in that list. And I guess, Sasha, they would use their share and save link for
Oh
that
yeah, you want
their
to
own
always
product.
use your own share and save links on that. That's another tip I had, because then you will save a fee on money on
Yes.
your fees, which for me, that's the biggest line item expense for my Etsy shop, are the fees. And so by promoting your own items, Etsy rewards you by making you pay less fees.
Yeah. And, if you have a blog, you could do this. The gift guides, they take a while. I'm not going to lie to you, because you're going and you're finding the products, and you want to do good products, because if people like the list, then they're going to share it on Pinterest. They're going to save it. You're going to get more traffic to it. So put some effort. Don't just put random products. Try to find good ones. And you could make more money, like Sasha said, by signing up through AWin, so that when people buy other people's products, you get a small commission. But if you're like, hey, I don't have the time for this, that's next year, then you could just link directly on Etsy. You're not going to get a commission if they buy not your product, but it could still be a way that you bring traffic to your own product. Because I think some people are going to be like, I can't set all this up, but I want to do it. Then, okay, then just use your share and save link for your own and make that list. If you don't have a blog, are you allergic to social media or not? Because I know on TikTok, I do a lot of Christmas shopping ideas gathering on TikTok. So you can type in like gifts for husband, gifts for him, coworker gifts, and you're going to get a random influencer that is copying some other influencer's gift guide. And if you can be early to this and you can put your gift guide video out before people are doing this, like if you listen to this and you're like, I'm going to record my gift guide talking about the gifts, and of course you have your own product in your house, so show that one, but then talk about the rest of them or whatever, then other influencers who are trying to come up with gift ideas for their videos, maybe they'll include your product. Because I mean, if you watch like more of those videos, you'll see the same products on all the gift guides, and you know that they just can't think of gifts and they're trying to make a video. So I feel like this is just such a huge opportunity. I'm glad that you kicked this off first.
Yeah, and if you need ideas for you're like, you say, I love this idea, but I have no idea what to make a gift guide of. Go to the Etsy landing page. It's best to do it when you're in incognito mode,
Yeah.
and you can go there as if you are a shopper and not signed into your account, because if you're
Yeah.
signed into your account, then it will be influenced by what you search for. So what you can do is go into an incognito mode browser, go to the landing page of Etsy, etsy.com, and then see what they are promoting right now. So for Halloween, they did a big push for Pinkoween. So if I was doing a gift guide for Halloween, I would have done a Pinkoween gift guide, because I knew that that would be trending and popular. So like gifts for her, gifts for pet owners, gifts for the host. Those are really popular on Etsy right now. So those are the gift guides I would make, because I know that that's what Etsy believes is trending and what people want to buy. And that would just be an easy way to do it without having to think too much and having Etsy do the work for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Etsy, they tell us these things for a reason. So we should read them and do what they're saying, because they make money when we make money. So for whatever reason, they're telling us these are the gift categories that people want. The app is really cool too. Have you tried the gift mode on the app yet?
I don't use the app as much as the website, because I I like to shop on my computer because it's so tiny on the app. I know
Mm-hmm.
50% of shoppers use the app, but I like to look on the computer, because then I can see everything really big on my giant monitors, and that's for
Yeah.
me. But I know you have an iPhone. I don't know if the features on the iPhone would be different from what I have. I have an Android.
Oh,
So
okay.
gift mode on iPhone might be better, because I know do you get the Explore feature on your iPhone where you can see videos and stuff from?
It did show me that for a long time, but then it took it away. I think they were like,
Oh, okay.
we don't need to be TikTok, maybe. I don't know. I wasn't seeing tons of engagement there, but what I think is cool, I think you click the picture of the gift on the iPhone on the bottom, and then just like you said, there's all the different gift categories, and at the top you can select by occasion, you can select by person. So it's just a good way if you're like, oh, I don't know what gift guides to make, pick one of the ones that they prompt you to view there, because there's a
Yeah,
reason
that's a
they.
good idea too, for sure, because they have curated those categories knowing that that's what people want and that's where people shop. So that's definitely another
Yep.
great way to curate your content.
Yep, because they can see all the search data that we can't. The
Yeah,
other
God.
companies, they're guessing
I
based
wish
on
I could see it
algorithms.
all. Could you imagine? Oh, the wealth of information.
I mean, it's very cool, but also very locked down. I get it because when I was working at Amazon in data, and we were not allowed to release the search volume for various things, and of course, everyone wanted it. Everyone wanted to know what it was, but nope, not allowed to be publicly released.
I know. It's a pipe dream. I can
Yeah,
have my
someday.
dreams.
I know. I'm like, don't they want people to like be able to make products that people want to buy? But they
I
do. They
know.
tell us in other ways. They tell us through reports.
Yes.
And honestly, not everyone's a data person. So that's why people like you and I exist. That we love data, but we want to have stuff on podcasts that we can share with people who don't love data. And that brings us to the next point. Sasha, what's tip number 2?
Okay, so so Etsy will, in your Etsy seller dashboard, you'll log in, and then sometimes Etsy will say, we're doing a promotion during this time and you have to run a sale for this amount off to be shown in the promotion. So during Black Friday, they always do this, and it may be something like 25% off. For digital product sellers, this is a lot easier to opt into easily because the margins are higher on digital products. So you're like, oh, I'll join the 25% off sale. That's fine. And I'll be in the promotional sale during the promotional dates, and that works for me. Physical product sellers, don't feel pressured that you have to join in if this is going to eat into your profit margins and you won't make a profit. Uh, it won't hurt you. Because I've tested the waters. If I opt into the promotional sale, is it increasing my sales? And if I don't opt in, is it going to decrease my sales? It doesn't hurt you not opting in. But if you feel like you can opt in and you can do it at that sales amount that the percentage off that they're recommending you do it for, then definitely take advantage of that. But don't feel pressured like you'll be punished for not opting in. Definitely do it if you feel like it makes sense for your business. So that's the next tip.
Love it. Plus one. Might as well. And, Etsy, they probably can see who opts into things. Like you said, not be punished, but why not? If it works. Okay,
Yeah.
what's tip 3?
Okay. So there's another thing that you can do. I did this in the beginning with just people on Instagram, and they sold random things, and I'm still friends with these people to this day. So if you have any kind of audience on social media, I mean, you could even have 30 people following your Etsy shop business account. Promote other people's things that are in their niche to make connections. You can also reach out to them beforehand. So let's say that you really, really want to promote someone's handmade Christmas decor item. You're a digital product seller, but you really like this product and you buy it and then you have it in your house. You can reach out to them and say, hey, I bought this. I really like it. Just so you know, I also sell these kind of products that would be great for your audience. But I'm going to make a video of it showing how awesome this is in my house. And if you want, I'll give you a freebie of my product, like a digital product. And if you want to, you could promote it to your audience. So you're kind of doing like a audience, or you're leveraging someone else's audience is the marketing term for it. So, and then you can tag them when you do the video, and then they'll comment and be like, wow, I'm so glad you enjoyed this. And then their audience will come check you out. And so that's a great way to get more exposure for your own brand, is to do things like that. And Julie buys tons of stuff on Etsy, and I'm not sure if Julie does that, but if she doesn't, she should.
Honestly, I was just thinking about it. Like, I buy tons and tons of things on Etsy, like a lot. Like, which obviously makes sense, right? My whole life is Etsy here. I want to support sellers. We'll get into what purchases I've made already for the holiday season soon. But I think there's just so much potential for collaboration. And a lot of us on Etsy, understandably, are afraid to kind of stick our neck out and let someone else know that we exist because we're afraid someone's going to swoop in or take our idea. Or we don't even know the first step of doing this. So when you're thinking about, okay, I'm sitting here, I'm listening, I have an Etsy shop, you're suggesting this person contact another Etsy seller on social, or who are they contacting? Are they DMing them? Like, how do you envision this working?
I DM them. And so what I did back in the day originally to start doing this collaboration type thing is it was a giveaway. So I was like, I want to give away a digital product to get people on my email list. And these other people were like, yeah, I'll give away. One person was a quilter, another person did handmade wedding products, and another person did earrings. So I was the only digital product seller, but they all wanted to collaborate. We all collaborated, and the giveaway was one product from each of us, and people would opt into our email list. And that was the first way I was able to grow my email list. But another way you can do that is you can do this idea too, where you reach out to another seller and if you bought something from them, or if you want to buy something from them, or if you want to do a freebie swap of some kind, or you really like their items, you can just reach out to them and say, hey, I'd love to do a collaboration where I promote your products on my Instagram or TikTok or whatever. And then if you want, I can give you a freebie and you can promote my product if you'd like, if you feel like it's a good fit for your audience. And you can cold email people this. This is a cold pitch, but because it's giving them instant benefit, they're more likely to reciprocate. And for me, doing a giveaway together with people, they're instantly in. And doing a freebie swap like this, kind of, audience swap, they're more apt to do it. Your direct competitors will probably give you the cold shoulder. Like, I wouldn't be pitching my direct competitors on this. I wouldn't do it. But for a physical product seller, or someone who sells, I don't sell any cordial templates in my shop. And I know editable invitations are popular during the holidays. So I would reach out to a cordial seller and say, hey, I'd love to promote your editable cordial templates. If you wanted to promote one of my spreadsheet products for budgeting in the new year, I would love to give you a sample of that. And I would love for you to promote that, because that is a product that doesn't directly compete with them. And we're still in the same realm, digital products, but they're totally separate audiences. But those people may be interested in like budgeting and for the new year, or budgeting for gifts or stuff like that. So you can go about this different ways. But I'm encouraging people, because I'm very open with information. And so many people are closed off and they're like, I don't want to promote anyone. I want to be in a silo. I'm like, that's fine. But I want to help you grow your business. And if you want to help me with mine, that's fine. But I'm opening my audience to you. So do you want to do the same for me? And most people, they are very open to the idea if you put yourself out there, but just
Yep.
not your direct competitor.
Yeah, and maybe there's like an accessory, like maybe you sell some sort of tea accessory and then somebody else sells tea subscriptions and then you guys do some sort of collab on social or email list or whatever. Like, you could start brainstorming who is an accessory brand that I could work with. Or I'm even thinking, this may not work, but I haven't tried it personally, but when we're talking about those TikTok gift guides, if somebody was one of the top videos last year, that person's very incentivized to make a new video this year and update it. So maybe you could send them product and, depending on how hard it is for you. The tough thing, we as Etsy sellers, particularly handmade sellers, it's your time often that goes into this. So I can totally get why you're like, oh, I don't want to do something that I don't know if it's going to work. And unfortunately, with these kind of marketing stunts, you don't always know it's going to work. And I think as the business grows, you might become more comfortable with allocating a certain percentage of your revenue to marketing, and you might be willing every year to try something different, or your time in the case if it's not cost. But all businesses, when you get to a certain level, there's a marketing budget, and they spend money. A traditional business might do Facebook ads or postcards or whatever. So it's totally normal for you to have a marketing budget, and it's totally normal for you to experiment. But I also understand if you're like, I don't think this fits either. Do you
I mean,
know,
it's
Sasha,
fine,
when the,
but you have to realize as a business owner that you are going to fail, and you are going to pitch people and they are going to give you the cold shoulder. I remember I
yeah,
pitched someone to become an affiliate for my course, and my
yeah,
course had nothing to do with the reason why they rejected me. And I was like, you obviously didn't even look at the sales page. You just
yeah,
were totally not even open-minded. But that's fine, because then I said, okay, this person wouldn't have been a good fit anyway, because they weren't open to collaboration. And you just have to, get for every, I will pitch 25 people to be an affiliate or something. I'll get 2 or 3 yeses. But to
yeah.
me, those 3 yeses could equal 20, 30, $50,000. So it's worth it to have those failures to get those big wins. So you have to, it it's easier to you can grow a lot of relationships with different business owners if you put yourself out there first, because a lot of people, they aren't going to do it first. But if they know that you're open to promoting them, then they're more likely to reciprocate, because people like to be nice to each other.
Yeah.
And you just have to switch your mindset from, I I I'm not sure, this might be bad, I'm scared to fail, to I'm going to take risks because there could be a giant payoff at the end of it. It's totally worth it. It's been worth it
So
for me.
true. I know we have people in Beyond, they're like, oh, I tried to find affiliates or partners, and then we're like, okay, how many did you pitch? And they're like 7. And we're like, okay, try 70.
Yeah.
Like,
Talk to me when you
get
get
your
to
pitching.
700. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've pitched 1,500 people in a week, which is
Yeah.
not a good idea. I don't recommend that. I'm not saying you have to do 1,500,
No.
but just get used to people saying completely ignoring you.
Yes.
Some people are going to be rude. They're going
Yes.
to be rude back, and you're like, "Why are you rude?" But some people, they just react rude. I don't know why. And then one in every 25, like you mentioned, it's going to be great. And you don't need 70 people. You just need like 2 to be
Yeah.
interested in this. And
Yeah.
you learn from it. You get used to it. It's fun to network with people, get to know people, helps grow the business. So love this idea. Also, plug, I just recorded an episode with Deanna Seymour about how she used local businesses as collaborative partners for her Etsy shop growth. And I think about that. I'm like, oh, maybe for the holidays, is there a way somebody could collaborate with a local business? And for her, not to give away too much of the podcast, but she used local businesses as the pickup spots for her product.
Mm-hmm.
And she also sold on her own website too. So I'm not going to get into the legality of whether Etsy allows this or whatever. But for the businesses, the benefit for them is that they would get more foot traffic in their location where people were coming to pick up the thing. And she had a whole elaborate thing how she did it. But I just want to mention, like, if you're not collaborating, maybe Black Friday or holidays season's a good time to think about how you could do that.
Yeah, for sure. Collaboration is great, and it might not work out, but when it does, it's very rewarding. And put yourself out there. You never know what could happen. You have no idea. And you don't have to, if you don't want to be on social media with your face and stuff, you could do a freebie swap for email lists, stuff like that. So just think about all the different ways that you're comfortable with collaboration, and it will be worth it. Trust me.
Totally. Okay, next tip.
Okay, so I want everyone, if you haven't started hinting to your audience about a possible Black Friday or a Black Friday sale that you're going to have, start doing it next Monday. Because, in the United States, the beginning of the month was distractions with the election and all those things. And I noticed that after the election ended, I had an uptick in sales of Christmas products. People are starting to buy Christmas products. I'm like, people are thinking about Christmas right now. So it's Friday today when we are filming this or recording this podcast. So Monday of next week, that would be the 11th of Veterans Day. You could send out a veterans email or do a social media post about Veterans Day, thanking all the veterans. Then at the end of it, you could hint at your Black Friday sale that will be starting at some time. And you can email your audience or say in your social media, put an overlay on it, even a faceless reel or something. Say, something big is coming. Those things that pique people's interest, like countdown to the big day, exclusive subscriber announcement, and that kind of marketing creates engagement. People get really excited about that. So start to hint at it. I fell into the trap, when I first started that. I had to have everything ready to go for my Black Friday sale before I started to talk about it. And I think you can just start to hint about it while you're getting prepared for it and deciding exactly what you want to do and things like that. So make sure that you start hinting next week, because everyone is looking, they have their, shopping hat on right now and they're ready to start buying.
Love it. Okay, next tip.
Okay, so then this is my last tip. I actually was talking to people. A lot of people I know, last year this happened. Their Black Friday sale was the entire month of November. It wasn't just Black Friday and through Cyber Monday. And I was like, oh man, that's a long sale. And that's, as a seller, you're like, do I have to compete with that? That's a lot. And someone I know right now, she's running a sale starting yesterday for the next 4 days. So it was a 5-day sale. She's doing it before Black Friday, but she was calling it her Black Friday sale. So then I was talking to someone else, and 2 years ago I had a friend she's a top digital product seller on Etsy. She did a Black Friday sale, and she saw a little bit of an uptick, but not what she'd wanted. But then last year she ran an end of the year sale, and that did 10 times better than her Black Friday sale. So if you are a digital product seller or something, you're like, oh, I don't know about Black Friday sale, or a physical product seller, and you're like, oh, I don't know. Black Friday, I feel like people are over it. I don't know. Think about doing an end of the year sale. And you could do that the entire month of December. Yep. You could do it the entire month of you could run it from the middle of November through December 15th, whatever you want to do. but that could be a different kind of sale, and it might have different messaging to your audience, and they might be more open to that if you feel like they're exhausted from Black Friday sales and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah. And they could also have other priorities. Because I know my husband and I, we want to get our daughter something musical. And so we're waiting for Black Friday. And that's our priority on Black Friday. So these other ancillary gifts and things, we just may not have the mental space to like buy everything we need on that one day. So that makes sense. I mean, giving people more days, take advantage of it, less competitive the other days.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. I love
There's a
that.
lot of noise during that time to people, like lots of ads and emails and stuff being thrown at them. So, yeah,
Yeah.
you would be cutting through the noise.
One thing I've been thinking of, and I'm curious your opinion on this, Sasha. I'm guessing if someone has a bestseller, don't touch it. But often sellers will say, oh, well, I'm going to holiday up my listing images. Or adding like, if you have two keywords, at the end, you want to chop them off and add some sort of holiday gift keywords. I'm guessing we have a if it's not broke, don't fix it mentality. But if someone you're not making the sales you want, could be worth trying to seasonalify your listing. What are your thoughts on that?
I do that for my stuff at different times. Like I have a product that I had put up for Father's Day. It didn't sell as well. It was too much competition. So I repackaged it and put the keywords for Grandparents' Day, and it sold 20 to 1. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's totally fine. There's a shop that sells like planner pages, single planner pages. They have some bundles, but I noticed every season they change out all of their listing images. I mean, they have like 300 listing images. So this is very impressive to me. They put autumn sell 40% off or something at the top of each listing image. So you could put that at the top of your listing images that you want to seasonify. You could put,
Yeah.
Black Friday sell, bonus Black Friday gift or something like that on your main listing image and things like that. Or you could take a product that, maybe didn't do as well for another holiday, and you could tweak it and turn it into a Christmas product or Thanksgiving or New Year's Eve or something. And just repackage, retool it, and do that as well. And that may move the needle on the demand for that idea.
Yeah. And that's a solid point of how can we look at our existing inventory and just change the marketing so that it hits up a different customer segment. And I think using the words that Etsy is telling us and putting that and labeling it with that makes a lot of sense. So last year I mentioned how, for whatever reason, Etsy seemed to want people to push hostess gifts and teenager gifts. And that makes sense. I mean, hostess gifts, people are visiting people's houses. The teenager gift one, I never would have thought of that in a million years, but there are a lot of younger kid gifts on Etsy. Maybe it's less competitive, but people are
Oh,
still
yeah.
searching for older kid stuff.
Yeah, that's an
And I think they
underserved
were
niche.
pushing like STEM gifts. I forget the exact ones. We'll have to I'll link to the holiday guide they had last year and the new one this year. But always good to kind of relabel what you have in marketing, maybe a new listing marketing package for whatever Etsy's saying people want.
Yeah, pink Christmas is big this year too. I think
Mm-hmm.
pink everything. Do
Yeah.
pink. So if you have,
Yep.
gift tags that didn't sell well last year, maybe change up the product to be pink and then put pink Christmas as your
Yep.
tag or in your title or something. And then you would be able to get more sales on that. But yeah,
Yep.
definitely pay attention to the keywords that Etsy is promoting in the gift guides, even if it's a physical product and you're a digital product seller. Because we know Pinkoween could be anything. That could be a shirt, that could be decor. I mean, that could be anything.
Yep.
But people were buying Pinkoween signs for, candy bowl signs, please take two. And the keyword Pinkoween sold that sign because of it was in that design aesthetic that's popular.
Yep.
And yeah.
After Barbie movie, everything is pink now. We'll
Oh
never go
God,
back.
yeah, that's true.
So with the Etsy holiday guide, I read the most recent one. I felt very old because I had no clue that this stuff was popular. But apparently, Chrome is the color of the holiday season. Had no idea. So we'll link to the holiday guide below in case people want to see if the aesthetic or maybe adding some of those keywords if what they're already selling matches in a popular aesthetic. I
Yeah.
was kind of surprised by that. Did you know Chrome was in?
I mean, did Chrome ever really go out? Or I guess it did. It was like Chrome, then gold, then what is it? Rose gold was big for a while. Remember that?
Yes.
Rose gold is out now.
Huh.
It's pink, I guess, and chrome. So, I don't know.
The trends, someone that is a reluctant TikTok user, because I have to for this business stuff, I was recently thinking, okay, I'm going to get some sort of jewelry for myself. So I bought these hummingbird earrings from Etsy because I'm into hummingbirds, like very into hummingbirds, bought those. And then I was looking on TikTok for ideas, which TikTok is beautiful for ideas. And all these people were giving jewelry tours. If you haven't seen this yet, it's going to blow your mind. But people will just like show off their hands and like, oh, this is what this piece is, all this stuff. And anyways, I learned that David Yurman is in again. And I was pumped because it was in when I was in college so long ago. So things are like, so
Coming
I'm like, I don't have
back.
to buy anything new. I already have that one thing that someone gave me as a college graduation gift. But I'm bringing this up because knowing what is popular right now is sometimes can feel annoying. Like, I'm like, hey, how am I going to mentally catch up on Chrome Christmas being popular? But it's like so helpful for e-commerce
It
because for
is.
whatever reason, people want that. So staying on trend of what people want, and even like, if you're someone listening and you sell jewelry, if you could type into TikTok jewelry tours and maybe you can see what videos people like in this space and you can do a jewelry tour for all your, here's my holiday look or whatever and show your jewelry as part of one of the pieces. It's just a way that you can sell your stuff during this time of year. So
Yeah, and it
I
takes
say give it a
the
go.
thinking out of it. You don't have to guess. You're like, these people are literally handing me the keys to the castle.
Yeah.
And pay attention to the videos that have tons of,
Yeah.
favorites, comments, and things like that. Because then this is it. This hit with people. I don't have to think too much. They did all the work for me. I'm
Yeah.
just using this. Look at the hashtags, things like that, and what brought people to it.
Yeah. And you don't need to make 500 videos because that's what I think is the most annoying part. It's like, I don't have the time. You can make 4 if you just copy and put your own spin on whatever was already the more popular one because people like that to your point. So, anyways, I think that's a good natural stopping point for this. Sasha, if anyone is interested in our Beyond program, like what would you say it is? And we'll link to it below.
So Beyond helps people to grow their own Etsy shop, and a lot of people will join Beyond after hitting like 100 sales in their Etsy shop. And they're like, "Now what? I did this, now what? Now I want to actually have revenue goals. I want to grow my business beyond Etsy. I want to add different revenue streams to my business." So, if we talked about how you can join the Etsy affiliate program. Affiliate income is the very first thing I did after starting my Etsy shop to add a second stream of income to my business. I now have 8 or 9 streams of income for my business. And that's how you can grow to that 6-figure and beyond mark. Julie is a 7-figure entrepreneur. So she started with her, blogging. Then she pieced on affiliate income. Then she did Etsy. Then she had her podcast. So, and you can get sponsors with the podcast. So there's all these different things you can do. And that's what Beyond helps you to do, is to understand all those different ways that you can take your existing Etsy business and grow it beyond Etsy. And I use Etsy as seed money to grow my brand and to grow what I do to make money. So that's what we do in Beyond, is we help people to discover that what makes sense for them in their business naturally is a natural progression of their Etsy brand and how to grow it. And a lot of people love it and they've been super successful. We have super successful bloggers on there who've, they came from the blogging world. And it's also, there's successful people in Beyond, but they like to be with other people that are creative and excited to grow their business, and it gives them other ideas. And it's people who aren't just beginners. This is people beyond the beginner stage who are looking for a community of people who will grow with them. And that's what it's about.
Yeah. And you get access to Sasha for one-on-one coaching for a fraction of the price that in general, or either of us, because I'm also in the community too. It's like, I found in life, just get in a smaller room if you want to have access to people. So, this is a small room of entrepreneurs, and you're going to get more individual attention in this group. And this is different than ePrintables. ePrintables is our main flagship program. Beyond is an additional membership that's for a little bit different of a target avatar. The group here they want to make this a business. They're here because they want to grow their business,
Yeah.
and that's what the purpose of it is.
Yeah. And they understand that, maybe they don't want to put all their eggs in one basket, and they say, but what does that look like? I want to understand how other people have done that and how I could do that for myself.
Yeah.
And that's what we go through. We have tons of course content, like learning about email, teachers pay teachers, starting a blog, affiliate marketing. There's content on how to level up your own Etsy shop, how to make videos to make your Etsy stuff pop, how to do social media marketing, how to sell on social media. It's endless. There's a lot. You can go through it and go through every single module and still find stuff to apply to your business, even if you feel like, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm at the top of my game. And I would say, but there's probably more that you can learn. I mean, I'm constantly learning. I know Julie's a lifelong learner. And so it's nice to get, like she said, into a room with people to see what else I could learn. I mean, I'm in an additional mastermind on YouTube because I wanted to get even more knowledge on that topic. Like, what are things that aren't obvious to me that I've learned on my own and discovered and done right? And it's been helpful for me to go even further with that knowledge base. And so that's what we like to do, is take people who are past the beginner stage of Etsy and want to know what else is out there for them.
Yeah. And if you haven't been offered Beyond, it's because you probably didn't reach 100 sales on Etsy. That's
Yeah.
kind of what we use. But that being said, we're an open community. We're not like gonna not accept someone if they're like, hey, actually, this is more what I am going to do. You're welcome to join. But if you were not offered, it's because that's what we said. Like, hey, this is probably the best fit for this person. That being said, if you're like, oh, this is actually what I want, then we're open arms. We're welcoming you.
Yes,
Okay,
for sure.
cool. Well, Sasha, this was so fun. Good luck to everyone with Black Friday holiday sales. Let's keep the conversation going. And if you have any additional tips and you're watching this on YouTube, please leave them below. We'd love to learn from each other. Thanks.
Yeah. Please share your tips if you have them. We want to know what they are. And if you have any questions, drop those too. And
Cool.
yeah, thanks everyone.